This is Top Title Sports. Thank you for tuning in and being here. I am Vincent, and it's always going to be a pleasure to be here when my Detroit Lions take care of business the way they're supposed to, especially after their Week 3 victory against the Atlanta Falcons, the tune of 20-6 at home. Finally got a home victory on the season. The Lions fans showed up the way they always do, and this team showed up like they were motivated to get some get back. And I appreciate the way they came out today. The Lions were very, very serious. I love the way they performed on both sides of the ball. It wasn't perfect on both sides. It wasn't perfect on all three phases. But they came out and they cleaned up a lot of the mistakes that they've had over the first couple of weeks. And I was really pleased with what I saw. Again, every game in the NFL, win, lose, or draw, does not have to be perfect. But it does have to come with, at the very least, a correction of errors and growth that show that this team is on the right path. And we saw that with the Lions today. We saw them able to control and limit the strength of the Atlanta Falcons. Their run game. They were, if I'm not mistaken, a top 3 or top 5 rushing attack. And they were able to limit Bijan Robinson and that two-headed monster attack of the Atlanta Falcons and their entire rushing attack period to a total of 44 yards. Bijan didn't do nothing either. 10 touches for 30-some yards. I was expecting to see him get the ball around 20-some times. And for him to only touch it 10, that shows that the Lions were playing damn good ball control football. On both sides again, they limited him. They kept his explosive plays in check. He did have a couple where he got loose and broke some tackles. But for the most part, he didn't fracture or hurt this defense for nothing. So shout out to them. They did a very good job in that regard. I love what I saw in terms of some of the sure tackling. I love seeing a lot of the blitzing that I saw that Aaron Glenn dialed up for this defense, which got a lot of pressure on Desmond Ridder. It got a lot of pressure on that front line of Atlanta, where we saw the defensive line and the defense period, not just the defensive line, the defense period get 7 sacks against the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody was getting it eaten. Lee McNeil got one. Charles Harris got one. Aiden Hutchinson comes in for 2, one with a strip sack where he turns the ball over to ice the game at the end in the fourth quarter. Jack Campbell gets one before the end of the first half. Benito Jones. Derek Barnes, who looks like the Detroit Lions' either best defender or most improved defender. Whichever you want to say, he's one of those two or maybe both, honestly, with how he's been playing. So shout out to Derek Barnes and the growth that he's been showing. But that's going to have to be something big that comes up with this team. A lot more blitzing, a lot more exotic packages to give the defensive line the ability to create stunts and different opportunities to rush the passer the way we saw today. We saw Hutch stand up a lot more in that 2 technique that he likes to do. We saw, again, Charles Harris get a little more active, and we saw the Lions not only get hits on the quarterback, but they were batting passes down too, if I'm not mistaken. I think Hutch had a tip in the first half. One of the Aquaras brothers had a tip in the second half. Like, Lions were pretty active on defense, the way they should be. And it started with that front 7, and it was complemented by that bad man out the secondary. Brian Branch, take a bow, my friend. Take a bow for how well you played, Brian Branch. Oh, I'm so proud that we got this guy on our team. Brian Branch looks special. And I know that word is thrown around a lot, but Brian Branch plays like a veteran. He's flying around, making instinctive changes, shifting around the D-line. He's lining up kind of in like the linebacker zone where he's reading and reacting to the run, knocking down passes. He had, if I'm not mistaken, 2 passes deflected. He had 11 total solo tackles. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he also had 3 tackles for a loss as well. This dude was all over the place. All over the place. He was not ducking no smoke from nobody. I didn't even mind the penalty he had. I didn't mind the penalty he had at all. Bijan lowers his head. He's coming in for a 4th tackle, and then because of the helmet-to-helmet contact that's created by the running back lowering his head, they call it on the Lions defender. Bogus call. I'm not even mad at him. And he said in the locker room, too. He said, F it, I'll take the fine. I'll take the flag. Not the fine, excuse me. He said, I'll take the flag. And I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I love everything that I saw with his game, especially in the absence of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Branch looks like he could step in and be the replacement as that emotional leader on that other side of the defense. I really think that's where he's headed sooner than later. Sooner than later, because be clear, starting off, he wasn't even supposed to be getting the take that he's getting. Tracy Walker was supposed to be a starter. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was supposed to be the other starter. It's supposed to be the veterans who are going to carry the front for this secondary. As of right now, you could argue Brian Branch has been the best player out the secondary so far. And I know guys have been good. Shout out to Cam Sutton, who's played very, very well above expectation. Jerry Jacob had a better game today. He bounced back a little bit more than he did the other game. If I'm not mistaken, Tracy Walker finally got some burn. Dropped 2 interceptions that I did not like at all. Kind of shows why he was benched and not starting the way he was before. But if you look at the way Brian Branch is playing right now, he's the emotional heartbeat of that defense. And he showed it today with a lot of huge moves and a lot of huge tackles that the defense needed more than ever. So shout out to Brian Branch, man. I'm so proud of how that guy played. The offense did their thing. I don't think it was their best performance. I don't think we've seen the best of the Lions offense yet. I think that'll come once Jameson Williams is back on the field. But with what this team is working with, especially with the injuries that they've gone through from this week to the last week and the week before that, they're doing the best that they can right now, and I can't be mad at them. Jared Goff, 243 yards, 22 for 33. Got a touchdown to Sam Laporta, who we'll talk about in just 1 second. But we can't let Jared Goff off the hook for that interception that he had. That was ugly. That was not good. Again, I'm not going to kill Goff because he had a good game, but that interception was bad. I know people try to cut us some slack on the first pick or the pick six that he threw against Seattle, where they said Gibbs was supposed to sit on the route. Instead, he kept going, and then he overran it, which is why it was an interception. He don't get no scapegoat for this one. That was 100% on Jared Goff. Let's put that on wax for the record. That one was on him. But overall, good game. Oh, not even just the thrown quarterback touchdown that he had. He also, on an option, faked the ball at the goal line and ran off the left side for a touchdown. Mobile Jared Goff got him a running touchdown in this game against the Falcons. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was happy about that. I was cool to see that. Cool to see the imagination and the creativity from this Lions offense led by Ben Johnson with a little bit of help from Dan Campbell as well. Jahmyr Gibbs, 17 to 80. This is his first day starting. Damn good game for him. I can't be mad. I mean, there were a lot of holes that were kind of clogged up fast and a lot of moments where he couldn't really find any space to run through. But as the game went on, especially towards the fourth quarter when they needed to ice the game down, he saw a lot of open gaps that he was able to gash the defense to help wind that clock down in the second half. I was pleased with the game he had. Again, we haven't seen a huge effect yet in the receiving game, but I think this is his best game thus far, just off the volume and the efficiency that he got getting 80 yards to go along with it. Again, he's still young. He's a rookie, and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing right now. Hopefully when David Montgomery comes back, we'll be able to see that thundering lightning combination that we thought was going to happen, and I still think the potential is there. As long as the O-line can get healthy, they're still going through it. If I'm not mistaken, Matt Nelson got hurt. They had to fill in with another right tackle, and he was getting waxed by Bud Dupree and Calais Campbell. Like, they weren't playing that good. If I'm not mistaken, Penei Sewell had a couple of penalties on the left side. Wasn't his best game either. But given the injuries that they've had, I'm not going to kill the offensive line considering the depth that they're at right now. Hopefully they'll be at a place where they can get Taylor Decker and some of the other injury guys that they have on the line back healthy on this roster to go against Green Bay and the rest of that schedule. But the other guy on that line, the young rookie, the young breakout star in the making, Sam Laporta, man, looks good. Sam Laporta looks like a damn good football player, and we all held our breaths because we didn't know what to expect from another Iowa tight end, and this dude is showing out right now. He ain't dropped a pass yet. If I'm not mistaken, he's had 5 catches first game, 5 catches his second game, and then today he has 8 catches, 84 yards, and then his first touchdown of his career as well. on the first score by the Lions, the first quarter. Awesome play too. He breaks up, cuts a post up the middle to the right side. It kind of looked like, if you do the side by side, Sam Laporta's touchdown kind of looked like Jameson Williams' first touchdown in his career when he played against the Vikings last season. Both scampered wide open, made the catch, got in the end zone. It was an awesome play to see for the young player. He's been awesome, man. He's been really, really good. I think of all of Brad Holmes' draft picks thus far, you could argue that Sam Laporta has been the best rookie so far. Between him and Branch and I don't want to say Campbell because he's been bouncing in and out of the whole little bit, but I mean, from that standpoint, I think these have been the best rookies so far. Gibbs is still coming along kind of slow. Laporta and Branch have been shining on their side of the football. It has been fun to see. It has been fun to see Brad Holmes' draft picks look successful and grow at an exponential rate. Because be clear, Brian Branch is not supposed to be as good right now as he is. Sam Laporta should not be looking as good as he is right now. He's dropped a pass. He's been very effective in pass protection and in run blocking as well. He's been doing a whole lot of dirty work, and he's beginning to pay for it in the pass catching department. He's doing his job, and these guys look fantastic for this football team. And this is where the Lions are supposed to be right now, man. They're taking care of business. What more guys? I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown continues to flourish, looking like a top 5, top 10 receiver. 9 catches, 102 yards. What more can you say? He just goes out there and he gets his job done. And he's been getting banged around a lot too, getting hurt, but he plays through it, and I love seeing that from him. So shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Lions deserve all the credit in the world, man. Again, Dan Campbell didn't do anything to put his team in trouble this week. They made the proper adjustments. They showed creativity on offense. They showed some different looks on defense, and it paid off for them. They didn't do anything to hurt this team, and now we get to celebrate for the rest of the week up until Thursday when it's time to go see the Packers. But I'm pleased with this game, man. I'm very happy with what I saw. I love the complementary football that they played on both sides. To me, the game ball goes to the defense just because they were able to keep Bijan and the Atlanta Falcons' number one threat limited, and they kept them out the end zone. So I can't really hate on them at all. It's got to be credit to the defense. It's got to be a game ball for them, especially for Aaron Glenn, who caught so much heat for last week as well against the Seahawks. I'm super proud of the Lions. Love what they did today at Ford Field. Talk to me in the comment section, though. I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think about the Lions going 2-1, getting their victory against the Falcons? And what do you think they're going to do against the Packers on Thursday Night Football? They're going to win. Spoiler alert. But talk to me in the comment section, though. I still want to hear from you. Talk to me. Holla at me. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Lions fans, talk to me in the comment section. If you're a hater, you can talk to me as well, and we'll deal with it how we need to. Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Go Lions, and I'll see you again on the next video. Peace.